To be up on a bit.
What we're going to do, who we're going to work on. He's got some things that he thinks will work.
Hall of Famer Ray Nitschke is leaving nothing to chance as he held an explosive closed-door, players-only meeting.
Raymond was questioning everybody's...
That looks great.
That's it.
That looks good.
Bill Walsh is keeping the Packers guessing as both Joe Montana and Steve Young are sharing reps with the first team.
Well, one advantage we might have over the great Packer team is that we throw the ball so quickly and on time that their pass rush may not be able to get to us. We have a lot of confidence and move the ball.
Defensive coordinator George Seifert knows that in order to win, he must contain the patented Packers sweep.
We know that as far as Green Bay is concerned, they depend on their perfection in running plays, so we know there are only going to be a few plays that they're going to run against us. So I think it's a matter of hitting, shedding, coming off blocks, and just determination to get to the ball.
Adding fuel to the fire, Packer fullback Jim Taylor ignored a Lombardi gag order by coming right out and saying that the Packer sweep is coming right at Ronnie Lott, the Niners' strength. Now, Taylor hasn't spoken since, but not surprisingly, his bombshell sent shockwaves through both teams.
Well, if Jim Taylor is stupid enough to say that he's looking for Ronnie Lott, he may find him a lot quicker than he wants to find him. We looked at film all week long, and Ronnie Lott, he is what we call a destroyer. This kid is a great, great football player.
I think the reason why he takes that approach is that we have a lot of players on this team with a lot of pride and a lot of talent. And we feel that we can play with them. Man for man, we feel that we have just as much talent as they do.
And if it's one-on-one with Nitschke, bring it on.
They're going to get some runs. You know, Horning's a great player. And Jim Taylor's a physical guy. But he's physical early, and they've had the luxury of playing with points at their back. And if they try to match up with us in the passing game, pass for pass, Montana's a better player, I'm sorry. And they're not going to have anybody to run with Jerry Rice. I like our chances in this game.
I would say the score would be 34-20 at the most, and I probably at the most. I don't think they'll score more than 20 points. I think a more realistic score would be 28-12.
27-20, and the reason why is because I think we would probably just wear those guys out because we use a no huddle, and also around the third and fourth quarter, I think that's when we play our best football.
27-24. Packers. 49ers are outstanding. We feel we are as good a team, total team, as ever played. And we've been very, very excited about this opportunity.
I've been watching Packer film now for 35 years. I have them down perfect. They only get a couple of years, so we'll beat them.
No question both teams are confident. But one question you may have is why the game is being played at Lambeau Field. Well, it's simple. Vince Lombardi demanded that a historical game like this be played in Green Bay. And the league agreed, but they mandated one thing. Vince Lombardi wear a mic. Let's go down to the field and listen to Vince Lombardi's pregame pep talk.
Come on, one for one. Let's go now. Remember what I said in the dressing room, right? Thousands of people here in the stands, and there are millions of people on television, and everyone looking, and all with speculation to see what kind of a game the Green Bay Packers are going to play today.
It almost gives you a sense of history, doesn't it, to be a part of this operation?
You can do a great deal for football today. Great deal for all the players in the league and everything else. Go out there and play this ball game like I know you can play it.
Hey, I think wiring up Vince, fantastic. Be interesting to see what happens.
Interesting indeed, and we'll be right back with the opening kickoff.
Your Ford store can take you beyond any boundaries with the best lineup of sport utilities on the planet, like Ford Explorer, America's best-selling sport utility, with more standard gear like a powerful V6, automatic and four-wheel ABS, plus air, CD, and more, all standard, all $1,900 less than the competition. Ford Explorer. Now get $1,000 cash back or choose 3-9 financing and $500 cash. More gear, less money, no boundaries.
Wednesday nights on a Superstation. Enter the amazing world of Ripley's.
Where impossible is just a starting point.
Each week, host Dean Cain brings you true stories of the unbelievable the unexplainable, and the just plain weird.
They call me Lizard Man.
An all-new original series, Ripley's Believe It or Not, Wednesday nights at 8:05 Eastern, 7:05 Central, exclusively on the Superstation.
Believe it.
Love the athletes and stars here to celebrate. Hotel rooms are comfort, the minibar ain't. Greatest time sports, gonna be a heck of a time.
Celebrate the greatest athletes of the decade live from the MGM Grand, February 14th at 8 p.m. on ESPN.
It's the first Grand Slam of the century. And it's only on ESPN. The world's best are back, up close, down under. The Australian Open begins Sunday night at 12:30 on ESPN2.
Back here in Lambeau Field, and we are just moments away from this historic kickoff. Guys, your final thoughts.
Mike, I got to believe the Niners have way too many weapons, and forget it if they get ahead. They are 13-0 when they have the lead.
But, Joe, don't forget, the 49ers have never faced a team with the cohesiveness and determination of Lombardi's Packers. They won 5 world titles in 7 years. 12 people are in the Hall of Fame, and that's a standard of excellence that's never, ever been matched.
With their belabored...
Oh, Howard, what's your opinion?
Very closely matched.
So you're sticking with the 49ers?
I think San Francisco's going to win.
Well, there goes the stealth and the space shuttle, and here come the Blue Angels up in the commissioner's box. The president gives the thumbs up. So Ray Wersching will kick it off, and the matchup of the millennium is underway. Tom Moore will keep it right there, and Howard, the chess game begins.
I got a feeling that San Francisco is really uptight inside, but I think his team is going to win.
And Vince's chances?
He should get men
Howard, that mic's a little...
individually to commit
Howard.
to a group effort.
Howard.
There's no single higher achievement in the success
Howard,
of a civilization, in my opinion.
Howard, that mic's a little hollow. We'll work on that. Let's take a look at the starting Packer offense.
Wait, there's Starr, the Golden Boy, Jim Taylor, Jim Ringo, Forrest Gregg. 5 Hall of Famers there, Michael.
Matt Millen staring in at Starr. Back to throw on first down, and quickly to Marv Fleming, nailed by Ronnie Lott.
George Seifert's coaching the defense today.
George is ready. It's as simple as that.
There's guard Jerry Kramer. Let's set the defense he'll face today.
Underrated the entire decade. Millen and Romanowski will platoon in the middle. And Charles Haley, the Iron Man, heck, he's got to suit up next week for the 90s Cowboys.
Keena Turner's ready on first down. Starr back to throw again. Boyd Dowler on the outside, and boom, what a collision with Ronnie Lott.
Now, it sounds like Vince liked that one. Another first down.
2 straight first downs, and not a surprise, as Steve found out when he visited with Bart Starr.
I think you have to appreciate, with the strength that they have defensively, that we also must take advantage of what we can do as a change-up on first down as well. Some quick rhythm passes, some play action passes, because our running game is so strong, you know they're going to be looking for it on first down. So that presents an excellent opportunity to pass the football effectively. That's what we plan to do today.
First down from the Packer 44. Jim Taylor barrels into Niners territory.
You'll not find a gamer man. He's a big, strong boy.
Howard, I got a quick trivia question for you. Who's the only player to beat out Jim Brown for the rushing title?
Taylor.
Excellent. Howard, you know, you're pretty good. I thought I might have stumped you on that one.
God invented losers. He had you in mind.
If you two are done, Lombardi's looking at 2nd and 4 here.
And it's got to be Taylor again.
Starr, play action. Here comes Keena on a blitz. Starr fires. He's got 85. Max McGee for a big gain.
Oh, hey, Mike, take a look. Now, look at Lott on McGee. Right after the whistle. I mean, 42's got to get a flag.
It looked like a 42, it looked like to me.
Well, Lombardi certainly thought so.
Vince may be hot, but Bart's arm is even hotter. Our Tom Jackson was on hand at Millennium Media Day. He spoke to linebacker Matt Millen about facing Starr.
The thing with Bart Starr is he doesn't make very many mistakes. He sees the field pretty well. But if you watch, when you're watching the game takes like we were watching this week, he doesn't get a lot of pressure. You start putting pressure on him, especially to the right side, he's going to have some problems.
Man, look at the intensity on Millen's face, Michael, as he stares down Starr.
It's first down from the Niner 28. Here comes Horning on the famed Packer sweep all the way to the 9-yard line. First and goal for Green Bay.
Well, now Bill Walsh see him right there? He knew that sweep was coming, but practicing against it and playing against it are two entirely different things. No team has ever run the sweep better or ever will run it better. Seifert sure got his hands full.
Elijah Pitts joining Taylor now, first and goal from the 9. Starr back to throw again, looking down the middle. It's caught just short of the goal line. Dowler, and a great touchdown-saving hit by number 27, Carlton Williams.
What a drive for Starr. 4 for 4 so far. This is nothing new for Bart. He once threw 294 straight passes without an interception. And when it comes to big game quarterbacks, Howard,
it's Bart Starr.
Donnie Anderson in for Pitt, second and goal from the 1. Starr hands to Anderson, stopped short by big Michael Carter and Charles Haley.
You know, with the Niners keying on Taylor, Vince tried to cross him up by running Anderson. You know, the Niners weren't fooled, though. It's a critical third down for both teams.
Remember the Ice Bowl, guys? How about the quarterback sneak here? We'll see the reverse angle. They'll need less than a yard for a touchdown. Starr in the backfield, looked like a busted play, keeps it, and Jack Reynolds, 64, stands him straight up, won't let him in.
Nice hit.
Oh, wow, what a great play by Reynolds.
Very good.
Yeah, but the Packers did exactly what they wanted to on that drive.
What makes you say that?
Yeah, even though they're settling for 3 now, they chewed up a lot of clock and kept Montana and company off the field.
You've got a very quick and evident intelligence.
Don who? Don Chandler, Howard. He's in to kick this chip shot field goal. It's a good snap from Jim Ringo. It looks a little low. But it's good enough to give the 60s Packers a 3-0 lead.
But credit Reynolds for that defensive stand. Now, Howard, isn't Jack a good friend of yours?
There are a number of words in Webster's Unabridged Dictionary to describe Jack Reynolds. One is relentless, another is unceasing, a third is indefatigable.
Well, here's the drive summary. 9 plays, 80 yards. A good mix of run and pass. And Chandler with a short field goal. Steve, they look good.
Yeah, they do. And, hey, look at that Millennium Bratwurst. That looks good, doesn't it, Howard?
Frankfurt.
No, it's a bratwurst like that guy's got. You know, it's got raw onion and hot mustard, sauerkraut.
Knock it off, will you, Sable?
Here's the 49er offense. Harris Barton adds a lot of sausage up front. Jerry Rice will severely test that Packer secondary. Joe Montana gets the start, and guys, Joe would be smart to steer clear of that man in the middle, Ray Nitschke.
Got Rice, John Taylor, Dwight Clark. Boy, they'll all see action at wide receiver today. Again, lots of weapons. Herb Adderley and Willie Wood are both Hall of Famers in the Packers secondary, but they've never seen Bill Walsh's West Coast offense before.
You know, I have a great love for San Francisco. They really know their business. I think the West Coast might kill it. Literally kill it. They got receivers. Got them coming out of their ears.
Hey, Rice! Adderley's gonna be on you all day long!
And now the Golden Boy will get his first look at the man with the golden arm.
1st and 10 following the touchback. Montana play fake to Craig. Back. It's the screen to Rathman. Rathman in the flat, and he runs over Leroy Caffey. A first down for the Niners out to the 38.
Where the hell is Caffey?
Leroy's an extremely sensitive man to begin with. Very vulnerable to criticism.
And there's Steve Young sending in the place of Joe Montana, the man whose shadow Young played in throughout the entire 80s.
Joe set that Packer defense for us.
Well, you got Willie Davis, Nitschke, both are Hall of Famers. Defensive coordinator Phil Bankston right there. His goal is to allow 17 points. Now, that's his target number for every game, but that might be asking a little too much today.
Here's Montana, short drop, fires quickly, caught by Clark, ridden down hard by 89 Robinson and 66 Ray Nitschke. And right now the Pack defense is out of whack.
Didn't look good against Clark.
Well, Montana's made a lot of defenses look bad, Howard.
Softest touch in the world.
And Montana's the biggest reason why they were the team of the decade and are in this incredible matchup of the millennium.
Montana with play action. Throws down the middle. Wide open. Jones complete for another first down. 26 Adderley on the stop. No one near Brent Jones.
Jones way outside again. Jones cold.
What's happening right now is precisely what Dave Robinson said would not happen when he talked earlier with Merrill Hodge.
They are going to be in for a dogfight. They are not going to have ever met the caliber of ball player, position by position, that they meet in this game. I'll put it this way. I'd be willing to say that that team will not score 21 points.
Robinson comes on a blitz. Nitschke drops back into coverage. Montana is in trouble. Now he's going to run. Willie Davis with the angle, and Joe Wisely scoots out of bounds with a gain of 9.
Well, we missed that. Why do we miss?
Well, here's the replay. Now watch. Willie Davis, right there. See Willie as he starts to move around. He almost had him. Joe's mobility might give them fits. He's just a tad more mobile than, oh, say, Roman Gabriel.
2nd and 1 from the Packer 9. Montana fades to pass again. He's going to take off. And Montana on the quarterback draw scores easily as the 49ers grab the lead right back on their first drive.
Green Bay's got everybody covered, so Joe's got to take off for the end zone. How many times have you seen him do that, Michael? In the playoffs, Montana has thrown more passes.
Supposed to be a hell of a defensive front, but didn't look like it to me.
For more yards and more touchdowns than any quarterback in history, but his legs can kill you too.
I'll tell it like it is. The whole background. Joe's a chameleon, changing moves, changing personality. But I've never quite seen him the way he has been in the recent days.
After scoring on their first drive, the Packers punt. A holding penalty kills the 49ers' next possession. Then, late in the first quarter, Vince Lombardi plays a hunch. He rests Paul Hornung and Jim Taylor for a series. Their replacements, Chuck Mercine, number 30, and number 33, Jim Grabowski, spark a 70-yard drive.
March now 8 for 11. And George Seifert might want to think about blitzing him here.
Lombardi's bench has come up big on this drive. Down 7-3. Green Bay from the San Francisco 12. Star straight back. Has plenty of time. Fires. Caught. Touchdown. Marv Fleming. Ronnie Lott was a step late, and the Packers take the lead.
Oh, they're going nuts. And look at Fleming. He's doing that Lambeau leap. Here's another look at Fleming beating Lott on the perfect pass from Starr.
Couldn't have been better. He was great. Perfect. Just perfect. Right on the button. Beautiful.
On that play, Lott had to honor the run first. He got there late, and Starr's given his team a 10-7 lead.
He's got so much character, Bart Starr. He's got a surprising calm about him. Starr has great integrity. That's the whole story of Bart Starr.
That's the way we play football in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
And that's it for the first quarter. Green Bay by 3.
I'll be back in a moment.
Let's have lunch where fresh tastes better. Hot and juicy, let's go together. Share the good times, share the fun. It's all there for everyone.
For a quick bite or enough to feed an army, when people want delicious variety made fresh, they turn to Wendy's 99-cent Super Value Menu.
Wendy's Super Value Menu is there for you.
Let's have lunch at Wendy's.
Ever wonder why the Sunday paper is so huge? Could it be because we have more free time on Sunday? Now Sprint gives a little free phone time on Sunday, too. Now when you get Sprint Nickel Nights, not only do you get 5-cent calling every night, but you get an hour of calling every Sunday night for free. Read the paper all day, talk on the phone all night. Sounds like a perfectly sensible plan to me. Switch to Sprint at 1-800-PIN-DROP.
This Sunday, ESPN Classics Sports Movie Saga continues with The Split. Smell the drama. What dastardly plan does Gene Hackman have for the Rams? And where did Ernest Borgnine learn how to fight? What? Sounds to me like another real classic. Sounds like The Split. Sunday night at 9, only on ESPN Classic. To get ESPN Classic, call 1-800-CLASSIC today.
As we start the second quarter, Howard, I have another trivia question for you.
You got your best shot ready for me?
Yeah. The 4 Millennium quarterbacks, Starr, Montana, Aikman, and Bradshaw. Who has the highest postseason passer rating?
I haven't the foggiest.
Well, you're looking at him. Bart Starr, 104.8.
You're a sneak.
Well, you did it right.
You dirty louse.
Well, when it comes to all-time passer ratings, Steve Young tops them all, and I'll bet he's just dying to get in there.
The girl I'm really in love with is the third girl from the right over there. Third from cheerleader, the third one from the right.
Third one in there, bro. Third one in. This is the one, I'm telling you. This girl's been killing me. I can't even play anymore. I can't even focus.
Woo! Well, the cheerleaders are very pretty, but so far it's been ugly for Jerry Rice. 0 catches for the NFL's all-time leading receiver, and Dave Robinson predicted it.
Jerry Rice is a great wide receiver. He's going to go up against Herb Adderley and Bob Jeter. Both have been all-pros. And if he gets free down the middle, he's got to contend with Willie Wood. There's no weak sisters. There's nobody to pick on.
Jerry is better.
And right now, Adderley has him short. Wood has him deep as Joe retreats. He's looking long for Rice down the sideline. He got it. Jerry Rice, that's why he's the greatest receiver ever.
Oh, Mike, you know, I spoke with him just yesterday, and he told me it was just going to be a matter of time.
I would probably give those guys their respect, but the ultimate challenge for me is to win no matter what. So it's almost just like going into an alley, and the best guy is going to come out standing. So I would give them their respect, but eventually I would come out on top.
Watching Jerry Rice work, you know that he studies people, he looks at them, but when it comes to making that one-on-one move, nobody can stop him.
Last play was a gain of 71. Montana with a play fake to Roger Craig. Lofts it in the corner for Tom Rathman. Touchdown 49ers. Rathman, incredible. 80 yards in only 2 plays against that vaunted Packer defense.
You never saw anything like that in your life.
You're right, Howard, and Rathman's just another one of those weapons I've been harping on. The play fake to Craig freezes him, Joe tosses to Rathman, touchdown. It's just too easy. You know, what if the Packers don't get out of their base defense and don't start blitzing Montana? I mean, he's going to keep picking them apart. Herb Adderley, that's him right there. Sure, he's a Hall of Famer and a member of the all-time NFL team.
That I could shimmy.
But if Willie Davis, another Hall of Famer, can't lead a pass rush, then Adderley, Jeter, Wood, Tom Brown, they'll never contain the 49er receivers.
Like my sister
With Montana's
Kate.
quick rhythm passes to Craig and Jones and
If
mixing in
you've
the
got the
occasional
time.
deep ball to John Taylor or Rice, this
I've
West
got
Coast
the
offense
beer.
is just going to bury Lombardi's Packers.
If you've got the time, I've got the beer.
Howard, will you give me a break? Come on now, move over, you're crowded.
Don't touch me. I'll beat your brains out.
Come on, guys, back to the game. First down, Green Bay trailing 14-10. Stars back, and Haley got it. The ball is loose. A scramble for it. The 49ers have it. A spectacular play by Haley, who, as we said, will be playing for the 90s Cowboys next week.
That kid's someplace, boy, and he can run.
Well, if San Francisco wins today and the Cowboys win next week, which team will Haley play for?
That happens to be a very interesting and thoughtful and puzzling question.
Well, Howard, you can think it over during the break for the 2-minute warning.
Sweating like crazy.
You got TV cameras all over you.
The last thing you want is this white clumpy thing running down your arm.
It's just rude.
We asked some of the hottest pros under the sun to switch antiperspirants.
Degree Invisible Solid? What's that?
I would assume it goes on clear, but I'm not sure I believe that.
When your body heats up, Degree Invisible Solid releases extra protection with a clear difference.
Right there. See, there's no white stuff. The harder I work, the harder it works.
No flaking, no funk, no Klingons.
Degree Invisible Solid. Works hard but never shows.
After the match, there's a ton of girls. Gotta be cool.
Today, in the Atlantic Fleet,
on board USS Enterprise, character was forged.
Valor was
commended.
Minds were enlightened.
Lessons were learned.
Fears were conquered.
Worlds were discovered.
Honor was defined.
Courage was found. Commitment was sealed.
Today on board USS Enterprise,
over 5,000 journeys began anew.
What did you do?
What did you do today?
Call 1-800-USA-Navy. Let the journey begin.
They defy all human instinct, for they are the ones who volunteer to place themselves in front of the target. The NHL on ESPN. This is the game.
Penguins, Coyotes, tonight at 9 on ESPN2.
Ever see anything like that in your life?
That's the Millennium Mega Blimp, Howard, and President Clinton flew in on it last night. He'll be staying to attend the winning team's celebration party. You'll be joining in that celebration too, won't you, Howard?
You know what I didn't do? I didn't bring a cigar.
Oh, Howard. Niner ball after Starr's fumble. And now Montana fumbles the snap. Nitschke's deep in the pile, and it looks like the Packers might have it. No, the referees signal that San Francisco has kept the ball.
Oh, look at this scene, guys. Ray Nitschke gazing across at Joe Montana. I mean, two Hall of Famers, 20 years apart on the same field.
It's absolutely unbelievable, isn't it?
Sure is. And so is that stick by Nitschke on Rathman. And now the Packer defense is rising up.
You know, in this Millennium Series, players will share the field with their childhood heroes. And Tom Jackson spoke with Matt Millen earlier about competing against the legendary Ray Nitschke.
Oh, I love Ray Nitschke. I'd love to play aside of Ray Nitschke. But in this game, he's on the other side. So if I get a chance, I don't even know how. If I get a chance, I'd have to see what Ray Nitschke's about. Doesn't get much better than Ray Nitschke. In fact, it doesn't.
Come on, Nitschke! You gotta get to Montana!
12 seconds left in the half. Montana to throw. Now he rolls right, looking for Jerry Rice. Got it! Touchdown! No, hold it, he's out of bounds.
Oh, that's definitely not a catch. Joe's got no argument here. And watch this. Now look at Guy McIntyre. I'm telling you, he better be careful. He's going to wind up getting himself tossed out of this game. You know, the clock is still running.
What's happened?
Walsh has called a timeout with 6 seconds. Check it, make it 5 seconds left. And Ray Wersching will try a field goal that would give the 80s 49ers a 17-10 halftime lead over the Packers of the 60s. Good snap, good hold, and right down the middle. Couldn't have asked for a better start to this much anticipated matchup of the Millennium Series.
4 lead changes, lots of great plays by great players. I can't wait till the second half.
And Joe, I can't wait for our patented halftime highlights, narrated once again by the legendary Howard Cosell. You ready to go, Howard?
I'm sorry, I cannot do it. I've got voice to preserve and a game to do.
All right, Howard, in that case, we'll send it back to Chris Berman in the studio right after this.
Where I live, these are the laws. Train hard, train proud, train naturally.
Feed your dream with Twin Lab Diet Fuel. It's the most important thing Ron Coleman lifts all day. Twin Lab Diet Fuel. Feed the machine. Right now, save 20% on all Twin Lab sports products. Only at GNC.
Hi, I'm Doug Flutie, pro football player and father of an autistic child. I started the Doug Flutie Jr. Foundation to help less fortunate families of autistic children get the support they need. Here's a way you can help. Just dial 1010-220. All calls up to 20 minutes are only 99 cents, and 1010-220 will make a donation to the Doug Flutie Jr. Foundation every time you use it. So dial 1010-220, get up to 20 minutes for only 99 cents, and help some great kids at the same time. It's a win-win situation.
Can't get enough peanuts? Get a Payday. Sweet caramel and tons of salty peanuts.
I think AOL is one big community.
It's not hard at all to use.
Customer service is always there to help.
I've never heard of anybody else having what AOL has.
People that are on are just like you.
America Online. So easy to use, no wonder it's #1. Sign up today.
For friendly advice and great savings on your DirecTV system, stop by Circuit City today. When you get a DirecTV system and subscribe to Total Choice Programming, you'll get 2 free months of 32 premium movie channels and 25 specialty sports networks, a value of over $100. You'll get Circuit City's guaranteed low price, plus professional standard installation for only $99 with your DirecTV system. Save on DirecTV today at Circuit City.
Welcome back, everybody, and what great temperatures we have. The tundra not even close to frozen at 37 tropical degrees at Lambeau Field. Bill Walsh's 80s Niners leading Vince Lombardi's 60s Packers 17-10. There's been some good action in the first half. Ray Nitschke trying to stop the West Coast offense. First time he's seen it, but it's Joe Montana. Too quick on this touchdown scamper. 7-3 San Francisco. Now it's Matt Millen trying to stop Bod Starr. And as Ray Scott would have said, Starr. Marv Fleming, touchdown. Ronnie Lott beaten. It's 10-7 Pack. But here comes future Hall of Famer Joe Montana. Big play to future Hall of Famer Jerry Rice, setting up Montana to Tom Grapes of Rathman. Little flick. Ray Wersching adds a field goal, 17-10 Niners at the half. We got to hurry back to Lambeau because I understand that Vince Lombardi's Packers are already on the field. I can imagine what that halftime speech was. One sentence, to the point, no back talk, and the Packers come charging out, and they're catching the end of Kiss performing in our Millennium Gala. We spare no expense at halftime. Now back to Mike, Joe, Steve, and Howie.
My Lord, wait until Vince gets a load of these guys.
What the hell is this? Holy great. Look at this one.
Vince is losing it.
How do you like this? Isn't this terrible?
This is priceless here.
Oh, dear.
I'll be damned. That was funny.
Let's go down to Ron.
Thanks, Bill. I appreciate taking time, and good luck in the second half. Mike, I was just informed by Bill Walsh that Ray Wersching is out with a groin pull, and Mike Kofer will now do the kicking for the 49ers. Now, after that halftime performance by Kiss, I tried to get to Vince Lombardi, but I couldn't get through the crowd. It was wild. Back to you guys.
Let's go now. A little life out here. Let's have a little life out here. We look like we're half dead out here. Let's move a little bit.
All right, that man there has had himself a solid first half. Ray Nitschke, 7 tackles. But if he's not going to get more heat on Montana, the Packers are really going to be in trouble. Joe's already got a touchdown running and 1 passing.
It's 17-10 49ers at halftime. Chandler to kick off, and he got all of that one, guys. It is a boomer that sends Don Griffin way back, and wisely he'll stay right there. So out will come Nitschke and company. And Howard, what do you think of this matchup of the millennium so far?
I'm enjoying it. I don't believe this whole thing.
And so is the large contingent of Niner fans here at Lambeau, especially with their 80s dynasty in the lead. It's 1st and 10 from the 20. Freddie Solomon splits left. Bob Jeter there, number 21, lines up across from Rice at the top of the screen.
Hey, look at this.
It looks like Montana's changing the play.
Joe goes straight back. There comes Adderley on the blitz, fires after Rice, caught, and the race is on. 40, 30. Dave Robinson will never catch him. It's going to be a touchdown, Jerry Rice. Coast to coast Hall of Famer to Hall of Famer.
Sensation. How does he do it? This guy's unbelievable. He's absolutely unbelievable, isn't he?
What the hell's going on out here?
Rice is the best ever, Howard. Jerry broke all of Don Hudson's records here in Green Bay, and now he's broken the hearts of 70,000 fans.
I don't want you to take another look at this. It's a double blitz, all right? 2 Hall of Famers. Willie Wood, number 24, is buried by Tom Rathman. Makes that block. Now, just before 26, Herb Adderley gets there, Joe hits Jerry Rice in the flat. And what does Jerry say to Robinson then, Howard?
See you later. One false move. It's as simple as that. My goodness. Fantastic.
And hats off to Montana. Great audible at the line and a great throw.
I think he's one of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League. And I respect him very much as a player and as a person.
And so with the score now 24-10, San Francisco. We'll be right back.
WWF Royal Rumble, January 23rd on pay-per-view. Order and receive a free WWF Stone Cold baseball hat. Visit WWF.com for details.
Sometimes after NHL Tonight, I take my knowledge to a sports bar. There's always someone there who thinks his knowledge is the biggest. Then I showed them mine.
With a quarter winding down and the pack behind. Well, you had dinner with Vince last night, Howard. Did he say anything about any trick plays?
That's a matter of total confidence between us.
In the 60s, running backs Jim Taylor and Travis Williams ran effectively against 4-3 defenses. But now, against the 49ers' quick 3-4, both are contained. Late in the third quarter, Starr is nearly intercepted by nickelback Don Griffin. And once again, Don Chandler is sent out to punt.
That's just another 3 and out. I'm telling you, Starr doesn't seem to have the confidence he had in the first half. He's really struggling.
They can't win. They've lost.
And here's the snap from Bowman. It's a fake. Chandler keeps it. He's going to run. Look at Chandler running deep into 49er territory. And he's still going. Still going. And finally cowered by number 58, Keena Turner, at the San Francisco 33.
Yeah, Mike, take a look at that. There's a personal foul on Romanowski. And they're going to tack another 15 on at the end of it.
I like that kind of guts.
Joe, you know, that fake punt is very uncharacteristic of Lombardi. He rarely resorted to trick plays like that. I bet that was a spontaneous decision by Don Chandler. Max McGee did the same thing in the 1960 championship game against the Eagles.
And blah, blah, blah.
The personal foul puts the ball on the San Francisco 18. Who gets the ball here, Howard?
I think Cal.
Joe?
I'll go with the Golden Boy.
And it's going to be Horning. He runs right over Ray for the touchdown.
I told you it was going to be Horning, Howard.
He's a shrewd one. He's got all the angles.
So things are tightening up here at the end of the third quarter, and now our score, the 49ers 24, Green Bay 17.
Since Sundays are all about free time, Sprint gives you a little free phone time. Now you get an hour of calling every Sunday night for free when you get Sprint Nickel Night. Switch to Sprint at 1-800-PIN-DROP.
We asked some of the hottest detectives on the street to switch antiperspirant.
Degree Ultra Dry.
Body heat activated.
When your body heat rises, Degree's powerful Ultra Dry form releases extra protection.
When the pressure is on, the heat is on, Degree kicks butt.
Degree Ultra Dry.
Let's have lunch where fresh tastes better. Hot and juicy, let's go together. Share the good times, share the fun. It's all there for everyone.
For a quick bite or enough to feed an army, when people want delicious variety made fresh, they turn to Wendy's 99-cent Super Value Menu.
Wendy's Super Value Menu is there for you.
Let's have lunch at Wendy's.
To return the cup to its home back in America, we'd have to face the usual obstacles, and a few we didn't plan on.
Captain, look! We've angered the gods. Oh, no! Clear the time!
Our crewmanship had bested the great Poseidon. Perhaps we'd get to face the Kiwis after all.
And they're not going to buy the notion that every athlete is a noble, shining example of young manhood. Every owner, a selflessly dedicated public
We're back,
servant.
Howard.
Every competition inherently pure.
Howard,
it's
we're
as
live.
simple as that.
Thank you, Howard. And now after 2 stalled drives, Montana starts at his own 22. The John Taylor fair catch with 6:20 left in the game.
Up by 7, Joe Montana connects twice with Dwight Clark for first downs. Roger Craig and Tom Rathman consistently gain ground as the 49ers advance to the Packers 16, setting up a critical third down.
Holy cow, what a hit by Wood. I mean, he lit him up.
Montana's 21 for 30, 239 yards, 4 for 4 on this drive alone.
Let's get a little pass rush out there. Big third down here for the Pack. Still down by 7 points. Here's Ray Nitschke staring in at Montana. Joe back to pass. Has time. Throws for the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Willie Wood. Wood Wood racing up the sideline and finally knocked out of bounds by Montana at the 21. What a clutch play by Hall of Famer Willie Wood.
There's no excuse for that.
Excuse for what, Howard?
To turn it over.
Well, credit the legendary Packer defense. Montana has never thrown a single solitary interception in 4 Super Bowl appearances.
Joe is uptight. He may be in for the shock of his life.
Well, there's high drama now at the 2-minute warning. The Packers trail 24-17, but Wood's huge pick has given them new life. The 49er defense has to stand tall, or Green Bay could send this epic showdown into overtime. Starr back to throw with time. Throws complete to McGee. Romanowski with the hit, but it's a big gain of 18 yards.
In a final desperate drive, the Packers summon up the determination and iron will that was their trademark. Led by Travis Williams and Carroll Dale, Green Bay moves ever closer to the tying score.
Boy, it looks like Ronnie Lott is shaken up.
Oh, what's his condition?
Right now, he's headed for the sideline. The Packers are just beating up George Seifert defense. Only 1:02 remaining. Starr back to throw. Here comes the pressure from Fred Dean, and there goes Bart Starr.
That's a penalty flag right here.
Breaks a tackle and still going down to the 49er 10-yard line. Dwight Hicks had to knock him out of bounds.
They're going to call a holding penalty on this run, and I think they're going to mark it from the spot of the foul. Going to have to see where Norm Schechter is going to wind up spotting the ball. Hold on. It looks like it's going to be on Chuck Mercine. Well, Lombardi's just not going to be happy with Mercine.
46 seconds left. Ball on the 49er 26. It's 1st and 19. Millen again with Starr in the crosshairs. Bart looks it over. Hand off to Jim Taylor right up the gut. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Jim Taylor. Lambeau leaping into the stands, and everyone thinking past this grand old house is shaking.
What a call by Lombardi. The old sucker play. Now let's go back to the replay. I want to show you this. Left guard Fuzzy Thurston pulls out on a fake sweep to the left and takes Fred Dean right out of the play. Then okay, freeze it right there. Okay, Boyd Dowler, number 86, gets just enough of 29 Don Griffin, and then Jim Taylor's just not going to let anybody stop him getting in the end zone. It's just Hacker football at its best.
And overtime, here we come.
Ooh, look, Howie, your favorite. Miss, how can this cost more than $1? It's a piece of rope.
You can't get anything for $1 these days.
I get a 20-minute call for only 99 cents.
Have you been standing near the catnip?
Oh, he's talking about 10-10-220. It's only 99 cents for all calls up to 20 minutes and just 7 cents a minute after that.
All day, every day.
That's cheap.
Oh, yeah. And the best part is no monthly fees. No monthly fees.
Good. Those can be very irritating.
Dial 10-10-220.
That's your 7 Slim Jim.
Get your beefy, spicy breath out of my face!
Antacid, aisle 2.
Hey, settle down.
Slim Jim!
Eat me! This matchup of the millennium deadlocked at 24, and Jimmy Taylor the reason why. Just 22 seconds remain now in regulation. Joe Montana praying he can get his club in field goal range. Play action, loading up and going long. Herb Adderley in stride with Taylor, and John Taylor makes a remarkable catch. His first of the day, and what a time for it.
Oh, man, this is unbelievable. The Packers are absolutely devastated. Look at Horny. Look at him on the sideline. Oh, he can't believe it. I mean, he can't even watch. What a great play by Montana.
There is an ecstatic John Taylor. His first catch of the day, 68 yards, has set the stage for a Mike Koper field goal, and Bill Walsh will send him out right now to win it. The clock stops with 12 seconds left. It'll be a 25-yard field goal attempt, and this classic Millennium matchup has come down to a single field goal.
Now we bring you the heartwarming story of Heidi, the little Swiss miss who leaves her alpine home and the comfort of her grandparents in Spain.
And it is no good.
I can't believe it.
Hit the post.
No, he missed it. I can't believe it.
I'm sorry about the programming blunder, folks, but Mike Koper hit the post on what would have been the game winner. So now we are headed for overtime.
Oh, gee, I mean, what'd you expect, really?
What a break for the Packers.
Regulation was not enough to decide this legendary contest. So, ladies and gentlemen, we keep it right here at Lambeau as we get set for the overtime coin toss. Skoronski is out there with Davis. Jesse Sapolu will call it for the Niners.
Heads, tails, tails, heads. Call it plays in the air. Heads is the call. He said heads. It is a tails.
Did you hear that?
I thought he said tail.
What's going on? What?
They're saying that Sapolu called heads.
They're giving the ball to the Packers. What?
We have a problem.
What's Walsh is steaming? What a mix-up.
My goodness.
Evidently, they didn't hear Sapolu say tails, and the Packers are getting the ball.
What's going on now?
Oh, I think they're giving the ball back to the Niners.
It's unbelievable.
What a mix-up.
My goodness.
Well, they got it right now. Sapolu called tails.
Now, that was just sheer chaos out there. I mean, look at Ray Nitschke eyeing up those referees. Nitschke is not a happy camper.
You're kidding. Sick.
Right now, the 49ers of the 80s wish they had the guy who played for them in the 90s to return the kickoff, Deion Sanders.
But instead, it will be Don Griffin back to receive here in overtime, and Chandler booms another one high and deep. It looks like Griffin will settle for a touchback, and gentlemen, as they say, you can cut the tension with a knife.
Well, this is the greatest game I've ever been a part of, whether it be a player or a broadcaster, and I'm sure it's true for Bill Walsh as well, who once led this game by 2 touchdowns.
Tighten up out there, Creed. Don't let him get out of there.
Joe Montana, with the exception of that critical end zone interception, has been brilliant today. Montana fires. Wilson got it. It's a first down to Mike Wilson, and the Niners are on the move.
Let him get up in here now. Let's go.
Montana's got him on a sense of urgency right now. Look at him, in and out of the huddle a lot quicker. Horning and Taylor, all they can do is just sit there and watch. This has got to be agonizing for him.
Montana now with 308-yard passing. He drops again. Throws complete to Dwight Clark. Wood makes another stop, but the chains move again.
Guys, this is Montana at his best in big games. No quarterback in history has started and won more postseason games than number 16.
Comports himself at all times in the finest, cleanest, most professional manner.
As does cool Herb Adderley there. Locked up with speedster Freddie Solomon. In now for Mike Wilson.
Now first down for Montana. Changing the play again at the line of scrimmage.
Now the last time he did this, he went to Rice.
And looking for number 80 again down the middle. He got it. Blasted by Adderley, but Rice hangs on. A huge gain to the Packer 23.
We've got the excitement here that we look for.
And like Rice said, they're in a semi-no-huddle now, and that West Coast offense is wearing them down.
That's right, Joe. The Packers aren't like San Francisco. The Packers don't substitute much on defense, and it's starting to show.
Now Joe is coming out at him. Wants to come back in a hurry.
But why hurry in this spot? The ball's at the Packer 23, already an easy field goal range. Why risk a turnover here when Kofer could kick it right now?
Yeah, I don't know if it's smart.
All you got to do is run Craig straight ahead at him and then kick it.
Montana goes back to pass, and he has time. Throws for the end zone. Touchdown! The game is over! What an unbelievable finish! Can you believe it?
It is over! It is over! What excitement!
Oh, gee,
what excitement!
what a heartbreaker for the Packers of the 60s. Look at Lombardi.
Oh, he's crushed.
Absolutely crushed.
Howard, look at this. It's a repeat of Super Bowl 23. Montana to Taylor. Splits Hall of Famers Willie Wood, 24, and Herb Adderley, number 26. A magical play to end this magical matchup of the millennium.
One of the most exciting victories, and I think they'll be remembering this and talking about it for a very long time to come. But what happened here tonight happened, and that's what will be remembered. Sensational.
Right now, let's go down to Jaws in the Packers locker room with Vince Lombardi. Jaws?
Thanks, Mike. Obviously a very disappointing loss for the Packers, but Coach Lombardi, you got to be very proud of the way your team came back after being down by 14.
I was proud of this football team and their performance today. If anything I can think of. You could second-guess yourself 40 or 50 times. The only thing I would change would be the score, really.
Well, it's a different story for the 49ers. Now they will face the winner of next week's showdown between Jimmy Johnson's 90s Cowboys and Chuck Noll's Steelers of the 70s. For Steve, Joe, and Humble Howard, this is Mike Packer.
This is Howard Cosell saying so long.
The NFL is online at www.nfl.com. For more, log on to ESPN.com, part of Go Network. Go.com.
ESPN thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League.
As the sun sets on the Arizona desert, the Phoenix Coyotes are thinking about dinner. Tonight's home cooking Penguins, but they can be tough and hard to swallow. It's East versus West.
While Stephen Davis hopes to be a warrior on the warpath again. Find out who's moving on. NFL Prime Time next. It's a special Saturday edition of NFL Primetime Divisional Playoffs. Hi, everybody. I'm Chris Berman along with Tom Jackson, dressed Floridian because all three Florida teams playing 2 games at home. And, boy, that second one, Tom. Wow.
Great game.
Wow.
Great game. Great game.
Wow.
Great defense. I missed that.
Yes. A lot of people missed that, but we're going to get to that. Wow. What a fourth quarter that was. Meanwhile, the day began in Jacksonville. The newest entry from the Sunshine State is the Jaguars, 14-2, the best record in the NFL, hosting the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins, hot off an upset at Seattle last week. Dan Marino engineered yet another fourth-quarter comeback, so this in his 18th playoff game. Would maybe Marino and the Dolphins become Elway and the Broncos? Would they be the Cinderella story that everyone was rooting for? Would this be Marino's last game if he lost? Would it be Jimmy Johnson's last game if he lost? Lots of questions. As for the Jaguars, 14-2, but they beat nobody with a winning record. What about their questions? Were they for real? Tell you what, they answered most everything in a hurry that they needed on their questionnaire. As for Marino and Johnson, could they keep it going? Or would we have decisions to make tonight on the ride home? And would Mark Brunell, playing with a hobbled knee, be healthy? Jags playing without Tony Baselli. First series, Jacksonville gets the kickoff. Slant to Jimmy Smith. Oh, by the way, the best-kept secret in football, he led everybody with 116 catches this year. He had 136 yards receiving today. 6 plays later on 3rd and 7, Brunell, and look at the time he has, Tom, as he finds Smith, touchdown, 7-0.
Yeah, throwing from inside the red zone, had 4 or 5 seconds to throw the football, find a receiver, too much time given by the Miami Dolphins.
So here comes Dan Marino. First play of the game on offense for the Dolphins. And it's Aaron Beasley. It's Mrs. Beasley. He makes the pick and sets up a Hollis field goal, 10-0 Jacksonville. Beasley continuing his big-time season. Next Dolphins possession on 3rd and 3. Marino. What? Dan 0 for his first 7 passes. With the score still 10-0 later in the first on 2nd and 9. Brunell to Fred Taylor, his own 10. 1 miss. 2 misses. And then Brock Marion, he's the only man that can catch him. But he turns into Maid Marion. And Jimmy Smith ensures it. Look at him come to block. Could go all the way. The longest playoff run ever. Touchdown or any variety. 90 yards. Fred Taylor 17-0 Jags.
This play is all about the excellence of Fred Taylor. The first miss by Calvin Jackson, then Patrick Surtain coming up. Robert Jones going to come up, have a chance to make the play, and then Brock Marion on the chase. And you see the speed of Fred Taylor once he gets behind the defense.
Wrap him up, says Jimmy. You got to wrap him up. But it was the Jacksonville Jaguars that were wrapping this up before the Dolphins knew what hit him. Hit by Tony Brackens as Marino. It's a fumble. Now, this is bizarre. Brackens hasn't been touched. Don't celebrate, run. And then there's Donnelly with a two-hand touch. Run, says Bryce Pop. Run. Oh, by the way, it's a touchdown. 24-0.
We take another look at this. We're going to see Tony Brackens as he gets this ball. The ball is out now. Great play by him. Picks it up. He's down on the ground. He felt somebody. And look at Bryce Pop. Nice presence of mind to get Brackens headed toward the end zone.
The Dolphins have allowed 197 yards of total offense in the first quarter. That's more than the whole game last week to the Seahawks. But it would get worse. 24-0. Brunell to Fred Taylor. Nice defense, and then when they get somebody to him, nice tackling. 31-0 as Taylor makes mincemeat of the Dolphins, Tom. Is there anybody here?
And possibly the worst job of tackling we've seen on a single play. Watch here, Sean Wooden, then Sam Madison. That's Sean Wooden right there. Sam Madison going to come up, have a chance at the play. Patrick Surtain coming from the inside. And then Jason Taylor going to miss this play right there. Good hustle by Wooden. He's going to come back and miss him twice right there at the 3-yard line.
It would still get worse for Jimmy Johnson. ESPN's Tommy Hutton fumbles. It's not blocked by Corey Chamblin. Chris Howard's going to fall out. Look at Chamblin. Shazam, Shazam. That sets up a 3rd and 14 from the 25 for the Jags. It's time for little man Storr, Jimmy Storr. Wonderful, wonderful run. 25 yards, 38-0. We've only played 18 minutes. Next Miami possession. Beasley with his second pick of the half. And so Mark Brunell, who was playing wobbly with a 38-point lead, they give him a rest. Take the day off. Jay Fiedler comes in from
Dartmouth.
And Fiedler was on the roof immediately. 16 yards to McCardell. They do miss a field goal, but at 38-0, what could go worse? This could go worse. Autry Denson, it's a lateral. My God, we should know the rule now. It's a lateral. Donovan Darius recovers for the Jags.
And you always assume that it's a lateral. Autry Denson here, obviously behind the passer as he throws the ball. And then the effort right here as you watch him move toward the football and for some inexplicable reason slows down right at the end, allows Jacksonville to get on top of it.
So this time Marino to J.J. Johnson. The short pass in Carnell Lake just steals it. My God, they've turned it over every way that you can design it, Tom.
Carnell Lake been doing this his entire career. Great job. Can't make the tackle. Picks the ball out, and then look at the athleticism right there to pick it out of midair. Another turnover for the Jags.
So this is Excedrin headache number 1 through 100. Meanwhile, tradition. It's Damon Shetton, a 12-yard gain on the pass from Fiedler on the roof, 41-0. Later in the second, you know what? Did they know? Did they know that the Jaguar fans said this would be goodbye, Dan, and they knew. And goodbye here. He gets hit hard after the throw. He hung in to try to make something happen, but it was, oh my God, it was just such a negative spiral. Marino to Aronde Gatson, which keeps our Jim Kelly in the book. His Bills led 41-3 in the 90 AFC Championship game. That touchdown makes that today's performance only the second biggest lead at the half, although 41 points ties a record. Heward came in after Marino played 1 series in the 3rd quarter. Meanwhile, Fiedler to Jimmy Smith. It's 70 yards. It's 48-7. Later in the 3rd, Fiedler conducts another touchdown pass to Alvis Whithead. 38 yards. It's 55-7. And then a little symphony, please, because the Dolphins were wet. The commissioner, well, Commissioner Tagliabue knows that the Jacksonville fans may never see a day like Autry Denson fumbles again. Is this a joke? Donovan Darius recovers. Tommy Hutton doesn't even try it. Schmengi recovers. 62-7. Marino And Johnson had not words negative, but had a lot to talk about on the sidelines and afterwards. And look, a loss is a loss. But no one ever imagined that a game could go like this. For Jacksonville, at 14-2, they may have been laying in the weeds the whole year if they can do this, as the Jags have scored the second most points ever in the postseason, slicing and dicing their rivals from the southern part of the state, 62-7. Afterwards, coach and quarterback of the Dolphins explained their discussions.
I guess it's thanks full circle. I was on the other side of one of these where we got about 7 takeaways from an opponent in the Super Bowl, and it was a runaway. But I've never been on this side before.
Coach Johnson at halftime, said that he wanted to maybe put Damon in because of the circumstances in the game, and I asked him if I could have another shot, and didn't go so well. So that was very fair of him.
We blew these guys out. We played pretty well. We got a lot of turnovers, and we capitalized off the turnovers.
I mean, you think about it, it's just like one of those days. Anything that could have went wrong, went wrong.
And a lot went right for the Jaguars. 520 yards in total offense. The Dolphins committing 7 turnovers. Brunell was out, Tom, with the score 38-0. At that time, Marino had been picked twice. He had no completions. He had the fumble that was returned for a touchdown by Brackens. So, and now here's Miami, who has, in the last 2 years in this round, they lost to Denver last year, 38-3, and now at Jacksonville, 62-7. First of all, for Jacksonville.
Yes.